How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video, and happy Monday, guys. Hope y'all had a great weekend and are ready for this upcoming week, or this week now, in the stock market, which is going to be a big one. We have a lot of companies set to report earnings like we covered in my video yesterday. Some of these include Tesla, Google, Chipotle, I think UPS as well, a couple of other ones that are set to report. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm sure you're excited as well. So in this one, we're going to break down how the markets are doing, as it is about midway through the day on Monday, and we'll break down some stocks I'm looking at, charts I'm looking at, and what I'm looking to do this week in the markets, and we'll break down what I bought earlier today, which I bought some stocks earlier today, guys. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get your free money from Moomoo. The clock's ticking, guys. Use that link down below, or go to StasSurFest.com/Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you can get up to 15 stocks, and your uninvested cash for a limited time will earn 8.1% APY, which, guys, that's a no-brainer. So get on it. Use that link down below, or go to StasSurFest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. Let's get into it. So as of now, it's about 1:20 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have all of the indexes moving in the green pretty nicely, guys. We have the S&P 500 up almost 1%, the Russell's up 0.8%, NASDAQ's up 1.4%, and we have the Dow Jones, you can't forget about the Dow Jones, up 0.25%, as the VIX is down 10%, which you guys probably remember. The VIX was up, I think, 35% throughout the course of last week. You guys can see here, if I pull it up quickly and pop the 5-day, 5-minute chart up, we can see the VIX was at 12 points last week at the low. It got up to 17, over 17 points, and now we're holding on to 15 by a thread, again down over 9%, almost 10% on the day on the VIX, and this is after we got news that President Biden, is stepping down. Not now, but he's not going to run for another term, which, let's be honest, guys, a lot of us kind of, we kind of already knew that was coming. A lot of people predicted that. This is not groundbreaking news, right? When I saw it on my phone yesterday on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, I was like, oh, all right, here's the news, right? It's not like I was surprised or shocked or anything like that. And it looks like the markets are liking it, right? It looks like the markets are pushing up on the initial reaction after this, which, hey, I'll take it. I like green in the stock market, right? I'm sure you guys like that as well. And we can see SPY, if I pull this up right now, it's bouncing off the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. Looks like we're holding an uptrend. Very obvious. Buyers are coming in at the moving average now, which has held over the last couple of months. We can see the same thing pretty much playing out on Triple Q here, which we did momentarily dump under the 180 SMA last week on Triple Q, as it got hit more than the S&P 500. I think it went down 5-6% from top to bottom, and now it's trying to rebound back over the moving averages, which I feel like it could at some point in the very short term here, as it is up almost 1.5%. So we're looking good on the rebound on Triple Q here, as tech stocks, big tech in general, is doing very well today. We'll talk a little bit about that in this video. The Russell, the small caps are still doing very well, up 0.8% on the day for the Russell. It looks like we are holding above 2,200 points, which is really good for the bulls. And the Dow Jones, guys, is also looking great. As you all remember, we hit all-time highs on the Dow, 41.3 back a couple days ago, right? That might have been on Friday, Thursday, either way, whatever day. And now we're pulling down and we're retesting 40,400 roughly, which was the high, 40,000 points roughly. That was the high in March, also in the middle of May. So now we're holding that as support. That's really good news for the bulls here, guys. And for earnings tomorrow, get ready. We have Tesla, we have Google. The heavy hitters are starting to report. And make sure to subscribe, guys, by the way, to the YouTube channel here, as we are going to break down those earnings. We'll go over the numbers, all of that. And by the way, full disclosure, Google is my biggest individual stock holding, and it's going to be a big day. Whether it's moving up or down, it's going to have a big impact on my portfolio. So I'm excited about that. And we might as well dive into some stocks now that are moving, and we'll talk about what I ended up buying today, which I made 2 buys today, guys. So stay tuned for that. We can see some stocks that are moving are, well, Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, in anticipation of earnings, which are coming out tomorrow. We can see this is up almost 5% right now on the day, but the chart does look a little, all over the place, in my opinion. We can see here we hit 270, went down to 235, rebounded back, after that dump down to about 263, 265, and we've been making these lower highs for about a week now on Tesla, but at the same time, bulls are fighting to hold this trend here that I just drew out. So in other words, we have a wedge here on Tesla, higher lows, lower highs being made. We're trying to break back over the 180 moving average here on the 1-hour chart. Will we do it? Will we not? Time will tell. But we'll see, man. This could really go either direction after earnings. As I'm sure you guys know, Tesla is a very volatile stock during earnings. So Tesla's up 5%. CrowdStrike, which you guys all know what happened last week, right? We covered this on Saturday in a video. CrowdStrike is down, not surprising to me, another 13 to almost 14% right now, which I'm just face palming, completely just not laughing at people, but I'm like, what are you doing? People bought this stock on Friday on the initial dump off, which I think was way too premature, way too early to start buying, because we just got the news on Friday about the IT outage. It was fresh, right? Why would you buy it on that day when you have to wait for the aftermath, kind of what's going to happen afterwards, fines, are they going to get sued, this, that, the third, right? So a lot of people, I don't know many people personally, but I've seen people on X, on social media, right? I've been scrolling. I've been seeing people prematurely buying it on Friday, and I'm like, what the heck are you doing, man? And here we are, down 14%, another 14% on the day on CrowdStrike, down, which it's down now, what, a total of like 30% from where it was just a couple days ago. I mean, down 25% from Thursday, down about 30% from a week ago. So this thing is getting massacred right now. And I don't know if it's going to stop anytime soon. Eventually, it will recover. Obviously, we will get a bounce back, but I think it might still be too early for that, man. It's a falling knife. We're taking out a critical support level from February all throughout. Now in July, I mean, we've held 280. Now we're dumping under that. So this could be going lower, in my opinion. And I don't know when it's going to recover, guys. I mean, I don't think this is one of those scenarios where it just goes down momentarily, then it V-shape recovers all the way back up. I don't think that's necessarily the case right now with CrowdStrike. Could it do it? Potentially. It's never, off the table completely. It's the stock market after all. Anything could happen. But if I had to guess, this is going to stay down in this range a little bit for maybe a couple of weeks. I don't know. Maybe a couple of days at least, from, between 240 to 280. This $40 window is where we're trading now. And we'll see, man. This is still very fresh, very early. The aftermath is just now, playing out, right? We're very fresh, like I said, to the whole situation. So CrowdStrike, I'm staying away from it. I'm not surprised it's tanking yet again today, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are not surprised. I almost said subscribed, which subscribe, guys, make sure to subscribe, but I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't surprised either. So what I bought today, I bought a little bit more VTI, which I do pretty much every week. I buy the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund, ETF, whatever you want to call it. This tracks all of the stocks in the U.S., and we can see this has dipped a good, couple points, nothing crazy, about 2-3 percentage points over the last couple of days. So I'm like, all right, I'll throw some more money at it like I do all the time, average more into VTI. So that's one thing I bought today, and I bought more Amazon, which I've been buying every single week the last 3 weeks, pretty much since it started to pull back. I bought more today at 183, bought last week at 187. I did buy the week before, I think at like 193 or something like that. So pretty close to the top here. But listen, guys, this is a company, a stock that I want to own for 5-10 more years, and I want to continue to increase my ownership at valuations that I think are still pretty attractive on a long-term basis. And my average cost, I forget exactly what it is now, but probably like 120, 130. I started buying the stock in 2023 in the $80-$90 range, like I've said before here on the channel. So I want to continue averaging up, right? Within reason. I'm not going to buy every day, no matter where the stock price is. But ultimately, I think this thing can go to 250 plus in the short term. Maybe not very short term, but within the next, I'd say 2 to 3 years, 1 to 2 years even, 250, 275 per share is no problem on Amazon, maybe even higher. We shall see, but I'm buying, and I bought more today, guys. And by the way, I actually have a Patreon where we cover, my private portfolio. The Discord chat's on there. I post ideas and thoughts throughout the week. All of that's on Patreon down below. Shameless plug, guys, if you want to check it out. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did today, and that's in the midst of a pretty nice green day like we saw, and a bunch of stocks are moving, right? Other than Amazon, other than VTI, which is not a stock, it's an ETF. We have stocks like Rivian continuing to move here, up 3% on the day. We have a nice cup and handle on Rivian. You guys see that trying to play out, so we'll see how that goes. On Rivian, Nike's rebounding over 3% on the day. Now it's actually breaking over the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart here. Maybe a recovery is in play potentially on Nike stock right now. We have Google moving ahead of earnings tomorrow, which is exciting. Now it's in the mid 180s, up almost 3% on the day. It looks like we are bouncing off the 180 moving average, which is awesome. And this is another stock, again, my biggest stock, and I've been buying it for years. I bought more recently, I think in the mid 170s. I forget when that was, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing, guys. Some stocks that I'm looking at right now, some big movers, and in general, it's just big tech really that's moving the markets today. We have NVIDIA taking a nice, up move. We got some upgrades out of NVIDIA, I believe. From Piper Sandler, another firm. I forget the firm on Wall Street, but we got some upgrades there on NVIDIA, and they're actually looking to make this new version of their Blackwell AI chip for China, which will comply with the laws. We're not going to get into that in this video, but that's some good news there. NVIDIA's up over 4%. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Run the likes up. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to get your free money up to 15 stocks with at least a $100 deposit for Moomoo. Just use that link down below or simply go to StockSurfS.com/Moomoo. And for a limited time, the clock's ticking, your uninvested cash will earn up to 8.1% APY, which, guys, come on, use that link, get your money, and of course, that is an affiliate link. It helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always, and with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.